Life is made up of dots. Many, in fact most people, believe that the dots they see every day are all the dots there are. So life goes along according to these known dots. Decisions and solutions are based on these commonly known dots, as well as many conclusions too. Some companies build their entire businesses on these known dots. This we know as the status quo, business as usual. Then one day, someone comes along and sees one or more dots beyond the commonly agreed upon dots. Dots that others missed, dots that are ignored, dots that others have long since forgotten about. Some like these new dots and celebrate this new discovery, liking how things currently are and comfortable with everyday dots. Some protest these new dots. Some even claim they are invalid, or worse, are imaginary dots that don't even exist. Yet, it's these new dots that potentially change everything. What is the source of these new dots? Notions, unexpected connections, ideas, possibilities, and imagination. Fire was one of these dots. So is the wheel, and the bicycle, and the automobile, and the computer, as well as the internet, the smartphone, and the tablet. In fact, many of today's common dots were at one time uncommon, newly introduced dots. So what is innovation? Those other dots, the ones others miss, and having the certainty to know that the dots you see are not only valid, but necessary if the world is to move forward.
Good morning, all. Welcome to all to this national webinar on the eve of Innovation Day. This is the day we need to offer our tribute to Missile Man, Bharat Ratna, Shri Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam on his birth anniversary. Today is celebrated as the World Students' Day, and even the specialty of this day is we will celebrate it as the Innovation Day. So Tech Guru Education Services Group, they are initiating this particular webinar on this special day. I am V.S. Murthy Valaveti, working as Associate Professor in KGRL College, Autonomous Bhimavaram. I am acting like resource person for this session. I am expressing my gratitude to Mr. Surya Mohan, Director for Tech Guru Education Services Group, for giving me this opportunity to deliver few words on the eve of Innovation Day. So let us start the session.
Friends, you should get ready to acquire knowledge in an integrated way for using multiple disciplines towards product development and its management right from the undergraduate engineering program. This will make you a unique person in your chosen specialization. I want each one of you should become a unique person. God has created every one of us a unique person.
Yeah, now we are coming to the actual theme for this webinar, the practices of inculcating innovation culture in Indian academic system. So here the brief description of pros and cons in our system that is going to discuss. Here the term school or college, that may be educational institute, which is supposed to inculcate some typical procedure, or it should start a culture of critical thinking ability in the young minds, which will help to promote innovation culture in our country. So let us start. So in the beginning of this webinar, you observed a small video in which, without performing a task, we can't obtain some outcome. Performing typical task, performing a unique task, and performing the task to improve the productivity, that may be the origin for the innovation that you may be understood from that video. Even you observed another video in which Dr. Kalam Saab given his message like every person is unique, every innovation is unique, every adapting mechanism to promote innovation culture is unique. We need to identify a unique mechanism to promote innovation culture to get different products from innovation. The common definition that may be like carrying out the new combinations or introducing the different goods, proposing the new method of the production, which may be giving the chance to open new markets, automatically new sources of the supply they will be identified. So generally the term innovation, that is looking like it is apt for generation of the new organizations or new industries. The governmental organizations, especially educational organizations, they are focusing on the newness, uniqueness, improvement of the quality, spread of the quality, quantification of the term technical innovation. that looks like engineering process when the problem is being solved in terms of the technical or scientific nature. The innovation that is only not only meant for developing the typical products, that is not only meant for getting patent for some method, how it will be helpful for next generation if it is inculcated properly in our academic system. So generally whenever in a school or college or in any educational organization, they will rely on some curriculum. They will propose development in curriculum, modification in the curriculum continuously on a time basis. Recently we heard new education policy to change, to promote the chances of getting employment for our future generation. So everywhere the focus is on learning outcome. Learning outcome in the education process or in the training process that is focused instead of assuming inputs for the system. Based on the focus on the outcome, we are framing some inputs. We are defining a phase for every subject or course. We are assuming this is the particular knowledge level or skill set they obtained at the end. So definitely whenever they achieved that particular learning outcome, they will lead good life in the society by assuming they are following ethical values and they will balance their work life. But remember, if the outcome is innovation, then we can't set a specific input for a system to develop innovation. Definitely everybody will agree for this one. If it is depending on the thought processing, if it is depending on the critical thinking ability, if it is depending on the interest of a person, the interest is varying from one person to another person, then if innovation is the outcome of the education system, we can't fix a method to propose this is the input of the system. We need to offer wide variety of chances in the place of input. The stakeholder, the student is supposed to choose and they need to develop their skills to get innovation as the outcome. Generally learning outcomes, they are the statements only. So whenever a challenge is occurred, they may react or respond. We are supposed to assume they are going to respond. That may be depending on the individualized approach. Even the personality development, the maturity level, that will also show the typical change in the responding nature for that problem, for that challenge. So this is the time to rethink. Whenever some compulsory education curriculum is proposed, how to frame the key competencies. Why we need to rethink? If we need to promote the innovation culture, we can't frame some fixed set of the inputs for a system. We are assessing the student achievement based on the content, but we need to assess them based on the response of student by giving some challenges. Generally, the academic system that is always used to reflect the traditional concept, and we are assuming they need to acquire universal knowledge. But here, majority of the teaching methods, they are not giving a chance to attempt really for solving the problems which are looking like interdisciplinary. When some study programs are observed, the designing of the syllabus that may be based on some mechanism. They will fix some weekly number of hours and they will assign some practical component. But the designing of the curriculum, that is denoting distribution of the class hours, arrangement of the semester work, which is simply looking like the study program. Even the teacher, they are framing the delivery to meet the given prescribed number, and the complete focus, they design only to deliver the things and to observe the outcome in terms of the grades. But the designing of the curriculum, that should be like the time the student is supposed to spend either in a semester or in a year, that should help them to face any challenge in the society with respect to developed skill in their school or graduation level or post graduation level. They need to develop socio-cultural competencies language competencies. They need to develop the skill in the oral communication. They need to develop the skill in the written communication. Innovation in one term. They need to apply for a patent. They are supposed to explain the things properly. They need to submit the proposal. They need to understand the changes in the society. They need to understand the cultural changes in their country. Whenever the student is supposed to develop all these competencies, that will be giving a chance of promoting the innovation. What is innovation in education? Generally, we had a proverb like old wine in new bottle. Here in the first line, you are observing the exactly opposite one. Don't put new wine in the old bottle. Whenever the psychology of the educational system, whenever the psychology of the teachers, whenever the training program for the instructors, if it is not changing, then there will be no use of the new educational policy also. That is looking like new wine in old bottles. That is not promoting the innovation. A famous language teacher from the South Korea, Mr. H. Jong, he said like that. The world is changing, but still the teaching and learning mechanism that reflects the early stage of the industrial revolution only. It doesn't work anymore now. The innovation that is not only depends on the term technology. We may use the technology to empower the students. But whenever we are inculcating them, we are motivating them, we may mold them as the lifelong learners, then they will become the agents of the change. We will prepare a lesson plan. The focus is on how much time the teacher is spending in the room. The verification process is how many topics they covered in a semester, what is the result, what is the pass percentage. Instead of this, the better focus is on are they means students, are they supposed to developing the skill interest for lifelong learning? What is the real outcome? If we are focusing on those, then automatically that will be the first step, founding stone for promoting the culture of innovation. So generally 4 dimensions, they are very very important in the education. Approach, process, product, strategy. the proposing way or adopting the suitable approach. If it is the first dimension, the promoting the particular typical approach, the implementation of the particular process, that will be known as the second dimension. The product is here nothing but lifelong learning ability, critical thinking ability of the student, their readiness to respond the challenges in the society, that will be treating as the third dimension of the innovation in the education. The strategy you will develop, the strategy you will propose to change the educational policy such that we need to promote the remaining three dimensions of the innovation in the education. So generally here from this video clip, try to understand the 4 P's of the innovation space usually.
The 4 Ps of Innovation Space model was developed by John Besant and Joe Tidd. They are 2 professors from Exeter University in the United Kingdom. The 4 Ps model is used to clarify how comprehensive our innovation is. The model focuses on 4 broad categories. The 4 categories consist of axes starting with incremental innovation and ending with radical innovation. Incremental innovation means do what we do, but better. And radical innovation means do something differently. In short, the more you move away from the known, the more you go from incremental innovation towards radical innovation. The 4 broad categories of innovation types are the product or service, what we as an organisation offer the world; the process, the way we create and deliver the product or service that we are offering; the position, who we offer the product or service to and the story we tell about it; the paradigm, the way we think about what our organisation does and who we do it for. The paradigm is sometimes called the business model. Now we shall review each of the 4 categories with examples of both incremental and radical innovation. Product innovation. A new model of an existing car, such as a new Toyota model, is an incremental product innovation. Toyota does it a little better. A new car concept with electric cars, such as a Tesla, was a radical product innovation. Tesla does it differently. Process innovation. Improved retailing logistics. The goods reach the stores 2 weeks after ordering instead of 4 weeks. This is an incremental innovation. We do it a little better than before. The customers are ordering the goods online and we are delivering the orders directly to the customer's address. The stores are bypassed in the value chain. It is a radical innovation. We are doing it differently. Position innovation. Airlines segmenting service offerings for different passenger groups, for example, Virgin Upper Class, BA, British Airways, Premium Economy. This is an incremental innovation. There are slight improvements in meeting passenger needs. Low-cost airlines, such as Ryanair, opening up air travel to those previously unable to afford it. Here, they have created a new market. They also disrupted an existing market. Some passengers switched from the expensive airlines to the cheap ones. This is a radical innovation. Ryanair changed the framework of the industry. They radically changed the rules of the airline industry. Paradigm innovation. This category is often the hardest to handle, as it is an expression of our self-understanding, an understanding we would like customers to appreciate. A bank sets up a 24/7 hotline, as many of the bank's customers have begun to travel abroad. It is incremental innovation. In our business model, the service is expanded. We consider who we are there for and then do it a little better. Grameen Bank is lending money to poor people in developing countries. It has always been a no-go market for traditional banks. If you, as an employee, lent money to this segment of customers, you were fired. It is a radical innovation. Grameen Bank has mentally redefined itself, and, rethinking the assumptions about credit and the poor, have identified them as a market. Grameen Bank has a totally different business model. One way to use the model is to determine how big the changes are in each of the four categories. Our own channel, Flicksabout, is used as an example. The starting point is our perception of the current situation. Others may see it in a completely different way, as no one has exactly the same starting point. Product innovation, mostly incremental innovation. The product and services are based on existing knowledge and learning. All models are developed by others. We have studied the models and for years used them in our classes. Minor innovation is achieved through slightly different ways of presenting the models and thereby the product. For us, the innovation process is incremental innovation moving towards radical innovation. The way we create the product that we are offering is different from writing a book, preparing a lesson or teaching a class. But we are using the same skills, that is, our knowledge about communication. Nevertheless, we had to develop a piece of software to simplify the process of producing a film to post on YouTube. The way we deliver the product to the users is also different from our normal way. But we have created e-learning courses, so we have tried something similar. We know how to use educational tools to keep people focused on the subject, and we know how difficult it is. We are more in radical innovation than incremental innovation when we are looking at position innovation. We are definitely connecting with different segments than we usually do. When we look at the subscribers and the users of the videos, they are from many different nations, and we have no exact knowledge about why they are seeing our videos. Is it purely interest, or is it an educational context? We do not know what makes people come back. That's a little scary. Until we know more, we are doing it differently instead of better. Paradigm innovation. This is for us pure radical innovation. We have completely re-evaluated our perception of how communication of knowledge can take place. We have turned the business model upside down. We offer free knowledge and learning. The revenue has to come from advertising and sales of apps. The business concept is to get people to use the free videos in the channel. It is very different from a book. Here, people only get access once they have bought the book. Quality cannot be judged before payment. They can here. This is a totally different way of doing things. We love it. This concept gives us an instant response about the quality of our work. We use the model to get an overview of our position. Based on the model, we discuss our next focus area. Where do we lack knowledge or competencies? We are completely aware that others will place themselves differently in the model, but this is about us and our organisation. When you use the model, it is about you and your organisation. Now we shall review a criticism of the model. An interesting question arises when one tries to relate the how new innovation research with the new to whom question. Is it new if it is new to the company, but not generally within the industry as such? Is it new if it is used in another industry, but not in the one that we are part of? Or should it be completely new to all, like the internet and online shopping were in the mid-90s? The model does not provide a precise answer to the new to whom question. You, or the group you are part of. You have to define that yourself. Is it incremental innovation or radical innovation? There is a blurring of the transition between the two extremes. It can be difficult to determine if it is the one or the other of the four categories we are talking about. They can overlap each other. There is no correct solution to the criticism mentioned above, but the good thing about the model is that it continually forces you to discuss where your innovation takes place and how much you innovate. You will be in the process of using the model to get a clear understanding of where your innovation focus has to be placed.
So from that video, what are the four dimensions in an academic system? Usually, what are the four P's in the innovation space? Generally, how we can face the criticism when some innovation is proposed? How can we overcome it? How can we show the incremental expansion or radical expansion? That simply we may understand from that video. So generally, whenever you are considering an education system, the learning experience that should be redesigned according to student interest based on their flexible career paths, and that should be matching with their ability and aptitude, and they are supposed to match that culture with their socio-economic culture, and they need to identify their soul, their interest in their work in the future. Even the innovation in the education that will help instructor or teachers, that will also help to the students to explore different new kind of activities in the research, and they will use all the tools to uncover something new. Definitely, it will involve a different way of looking at the problems and solving them. The thinking process that will help to the student community to improve their creativity. So whenever problem solving skill that will be developed, that will be initiating the fundamental step to promote the innovation culture. So generally don't assume like we are creating something from nothing. So generally in the research, we will start from the hypothesis. So here we may develop a new kind of approach. The new kind of approach may help the students to get the grip over the latest technology. For example, in the new education policy, there is one line like, right from 6th class onwards, we are going to introduce coding skills which are very useful to the students in near future. Yes, whenever the curriculum, the chance is there for the student to use the technology which is really useful for the future also, that type of the education may promote innovation. But here we need to focus on the existing resources like the capability of the instructor, the interest of the student. We are not supposed to focusing on the grades. We need to focus on the rethinking skill of the student, creative skill of the student, problem solving ability of the student. If they are by hiding the program and writing something on the paper, if they are getting 100 out of 100, there is no use, even from the new or novel educational policy. If they are accepting the challenge, if they are solving the real life problem based on the input, that will be the first step for innovation. Will you agree? Definitely everybody will agree. Whenever the student is supposed to develop higher level of the thinking based on their self-interest, if the particular method or system, if it is offering a chance to identifying their interest and career paths, automatically they will involve. Whenever they will involve in the education system, they will develop the level of thinking that will promote innovation culture. Project based learning, that is the most popular word. Yeah, definitely to initiate the creative thinking. Some institutions in India, they are also adapting the culture from foreign universities like capstone model. In colleges, for the bright section of the students, in a single semester, no need to attend for the regular classes, no need to attend for the regular examinations. The student is supposed to present a project based on the all the disciplines, all the courses, all the concepts, and based on their review and worth of the project, they will give the grade in the overall semester. Capstone model, that is the name for that method. So whenever you are considering the basic school, oral communication, explaining something, representation of the things in writing, how they are using the math, how they are adapting, how they are proposing the solution for the societal problem, how they are using the basics of the science, the mingling of the all the possible courses. They need to develop the idea what the community is facing, what we need to contribute something based on these learning outcomes. When student is able to develop such a mentality, if we are really offering such type of mechanism in our education system, definitely then the chances of spurring innovation will be there. Let us listen the speech of Dr. Abdul Kalam Saab at IIT Delhi.
First of all, friends, I felt I must define discovery, invention, and innovation. Discovery, invention, and innovation. What are the relationship? I want to, so that we understand what we are going to discuss. Now, discovery, as you all know, relates to finding new laws, a principle, and concept. Example, Raman effect is a discovery. Einstein energy equation is a discovery. Chandrasekhar Chandra's limit is discovery. Okay? Now, invention from the basic theory evolve finding new system. For example, Graham Bell's telephone is an invention. Graham Bell telephone is an invention. And Thomas Alva Edison's light and bulb, it is an invention. Marconi's wireless system is an invention. Now, what is innovation? Question is, what is the relationship? The change that creates a new dimension to performance is the innovation. Change that creates a new dimension is the innovation. It's the definition for Peter Drucker. Now, example, you take telephone. A telephone was Graham Bell. Telephone and wireless communication is equal to, you may get a mobile telephone and its variants. And its application is a great example of innovation. That is, the mobile telephone, mobile system, mobile telephone becomes an innovation. Internet is invention. Internet is an invention. Cable television is another invention. Using internet to deliver cable TV over a computer is an innovation. Followed? Yes or no? Dr. Manilal Bhaumik's invention is the excimer laser. He invented laser. The laser itself discovery. Laser is a discovery, but Dr. Manilal Bhaumik's invention is the excimer laser. And application of excimer laser for eye surgery is innovation. Can you see the difference between the discovery and the invention and innovation? You got it?
So from that video, we need to discover the way of promoting the innovation culture. We need to identify invention methods to promote the innovation culture in our education system. Then automatically the outcome of the system will be the typical innovation methods. So here in this slide, simply we are showing, like, instead of simply teaching the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, means if it is the college, that is the basics. Generally, if it is the school, we may call it as the ABC or 1, 2, 3. So which is the beyond the basics means whenever we are combining variety of disciplines, then we may come up with the new outcome, different outcome. Knowledge of the basics will be the starting point for everyone. We need to offer the mechanism to develop that knowledge, to apply for a concept, and they need to explore by identifying the solutions which may be fitting for achieving the best. We can understand like the education model should not be like a filling of a vessel, filling of a pail, but it should be like lightening of the fire. They need to ignite their minds. Then with that passion, the student is supposed to develop lifelong learning, and they will develop the ability to propose the better solution for practical problems. So just before closing this session, just I will mention the initiative of our government to promote innovation culture in educational institutes. So let us see now. Ministry of the Education, MHRD, and the AICTE, they are promoting the culture, innovation culture by using IICs, Institute Innovative Council. From the last 2 years, majority of the institutes they form IICs in their campuses, and they are promoting innovation culture by using all these activities. They are conducting innovation contest. They started a Yukti 2 program, drug discovery hackathon. They initiated their rankings based on the innovation achievements. They are conducting Smart India hackathons. They are promoting several activities in the IACs. They are conducting several leadership talks. If the institute they want to get login, this will be the home page. Suppose if we are clicking the new registration, please observe the form is very simple. Even in your institution also you may start the IAC if it is not there until now. Show name of the head of the institute, means academic director or principal name, and their email ID and their mobile number. For having the AICT approved programs, you may check it out. Every institute in the recent time they are getting the IC code. They need to enter their institute details. They will get one OTP for their mobile number. Then automatically they will create a new account for their IAC, Institute Innovative Cell. So simply they need to conduct quarterly meeting and they need to propose different activities what they want to do in their institute. They may start entrepreneurship development cell. They may encourage startups. They may encourage to attend leadership talks which are going to conducted by MHRD, AICTE. They may encourage their students to participate in the hackathon programs. Freely they may nominate their faculty as innovation ambassador for different training programs which are offering by the government of India at free of cost. Only the thing is from organization side to form council, institution innovation council. That innovation cell they need to work according to the guidelines given from the MHRD. Then automatically every may develop the innovation culture. Simply from their website, everything is self-explanatory. Every degree college or every engineering college, every college, they may simply within minutes they may get the eligibility to start the IAC cell in their organization and they participate in all these activities. Every year based on the activities and promotion of the innovation culture, they will give ranking also and they will give star rating also. Based on the star rating from MHRD, the institution may get some funding to promote entrepreneurship or innovation activities also. So these type of the chances are there in the recent days. So all the participants are requested to start your own IAC cell in your organization if it is not there until now. If it is there, then join your hands with MHRD and Ministry of Education to promote innovation culture. So thank you all for your patience and for your interest to attend for this webinar on the eve of Innovation Day. We are recalling the birthday anniversary of Sri Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam garu. And on his memory, this webinar will help you in some aspects to discuss the things and to initiate the novel methods in education system wherever you may work or wherever you want to propose. And definitely some of the members they may understand what are the initiatives taken by Government of India to promote the innovation culture, how to start the IAC cell in their organization. Even the students may understand if they are the participants. Whenever IAC cell is there, how can they participate in several programs and what is the advantage to them to develop the innovation culture. So I hope you are all getting some benefit from this session. Thank you very much. This is the end for this session. Thank you one and all.